Good morning, children. As today's class, we are going to discuss about the class 8 subject physical science, synthetic fibers and plastics. We are in the types of plastics. Yes, how many types of plastics are there? Yes, good. Two types of the plastics are there. Yes, two types of the plastic are there. What are they? First one, thermoplastic. First one is what? Thermoplastic. Second one, thermosetting. Thermosetting plastic. Yes. These two we have seen yesterday. These two, along with that, we are seeing about the lab activity or discussing. Before going to lab activity discussion, just we will write about these thermoplastic definitions. What is the thermoplastic? What is the thermoplastic? Plastics which get plastics which get deformed easily. Deformed easily on heating and can be bent are known as thermoplastic. Thermosetting plastic. Plastic switch molded once can't be softened by heating. They are called thermosetting plastic. Now, what is the activity? Lab activity I have seen about that one. Aim. What is the aim? Yes, identify thermoplastics. Identify thermoplastic, and thermosetting plastic by flame test. Yes, here we have seen materials. Yes, what are yesterday we have seen about that? What are the materials we have seen about that? Pair of tongs. spirit lamp, spirit lamp. Samples of plastics, samples of plastics, samples of plastic. Collected in different, yes, yes, already I have seen about it. Now, your testing, the procedure will be there. Yes, now arrange this. Yes, I'll say about that procedure. Next, you have one table will be there. This is very important. Serial number, name of the plastic, name of plastic sample, name of the plastic sample, what you are collected, no, that is sample. Then softened, burnt with burning, burnt with burning smell, burning smell, become hard, thermoplastic, thermoplastic or thermosetting plastic. Just make a column, children. Now see here. What are the samples you have collected that you are coming under this year? Now see here. This what you are identifying. What you are identifying. Now I explain about this. Identify thermoplastic or thermosetting plastic by a flame test. First, what are the materials you are taking? Pair of tongs, big clamp, samples of the collected plastics. You have seen yesterday about that collected. What are the plastics you have collected? Toothbrush, plastic cover, yes, brush, plastic mug, all that will coming in here. Now what are that? Whether that those are thermoplastics or thermosetting plastic, you have to test by what? Flame test. If you are taking first number 1, you are taking what you have collected, that you are going to write down. Toothbrush handle. Now toothbrush handle you are taking. Now you are taking soften and burn with the burning with the spirit lamp. Now what is the procedure is there? What is the procedure? Take the spirit lamp. Yes, take the spirit lamp. One piece of the plastic sample. Take one piece of plastic sample. Say the toothbrush with help of tongs. With the help of the tongs you have to take it. With the help of what? Tongs you have to take. Already we are saying about what? How the tongs are there here. Here like this here. Here it will be there like this here. The tongs. Whenever you press it here, you are going to get here tongue. Yes, the tongs will be there. With the help of the tongue. Why you are taking with the help of the tongs? Suppose by doing the experiment, if the burnt piece of the plastic material that will fall on our body, the severely burnt to take place. Yes, it will be burnt off. Yes, lot of severe pain will be there. That's why with lot of care you have to do this experiment. with the help of the tongs, take that what happened? Toothbrush handle. Yes, now observe the changes during this burning the sample. While burning, what you have to do? You have to see that what are the changes you are taking there. Now take the spirit lamp, with the help of the tongs, you take the toothbrush handle and burn. Yes, keep near the what? Where? Spirit lamp. Observe that what happened. What is that going on? Note that. Yes, note that. Your observation, whether the sample is being softened, burnt, or smell becomes hard. Yes, after burning, whether it is becoming hard or softened. Yes, if it is a softened burn, then it is a plastic. What happens? What is the plastic you are saying? Thermoplastic. Softened burn. Softened. Softened burn. And smooth here. It is what type of thermoplastic? Yes, that is a thermoplastic. Means the given plastic is saying about that what you are taking and burning and seeing whether after burning it will be softened or not. If it is a softened, it is a water, that is a thermoplastic. You take another one. Yes, now you take that switch one, your thermosetting plastic, you are taking one switch and you are burning. After burning, yes, after burning it will be very hard. It won't be, again it won't be changes, and again you will not at all getting that shape. You are completely, it's not at all. Deformation take place. Yes, but it will becoming after burning, it will becoming very hard, very hard. Then that plastic is called what? Thermosetting plastic. Here you are seeing about it. Here you are taking the different types you are doing. Comb. Third one, piece of bucket. Piece of bucket. Handle of utensil. Handle of utensils. Handle of utensil. Handle of utensil. See children, that handle of utensil, what type of it is? Now you are taking that handle of utensil and burning. Yes, taking this handle of utensil, keeping in front of a spirit lamp and burning. After burning, what happens? You see that it will be deformed and it will becoming very hard. Yes, it will hard you are taking. Means after burning, what is it? Becoming hard. Hard. That is called as what plastic? That is a thermosetting plastic. Yes, thermosetting plastic. Electric switches. Electric switches. Metal plates. Coffee mugs. Metal plates. Coffee mugs. Yes, you write like this and see. These are the samples we have taken, children. These are the samples we have taken. You take many more years. Coffee mug you take it. Whatever the type you have seen, that you take it. You are saying first toothbrush you are taking and the handle. With the help of the what? Tongs and you burn. It will be softened and burned. Then you are getting what? That is thermosetting plastic. You are taking the comb. Whenever you are heated, it is becoming what? Softened. It is softened and burned. Then it is what? Thermoplastic is there. Yes, piece of a bucket. Yes, from the bucket you are taking that. If you are burned that one, it is also softened. It will becoming what? Thermosetting plastic. Yes. Now you are taking the handle of the utensil you are taking. It will be coming after burning, it will be becoming very hard. Just deformation takes place, and that plastic is called as what? Thermosetting plastic. All these things you are observed. Not only this, electric switches are there, metal plates are there, coffee mugs are there. Just surrounding the materials, either you want to say it is a thermoplastic or thermosetting plastic, you have to decide this decide. Now, along with if you have taken this, if you have taken the steel, if you have seen this, burnt that along with these metals or the wood you have burnt, that you have seen that it will be remain, after burning wood will be remain ash. Here, whereas these after burning, what are the observations you want to see that observations, whether the plastic after burning, how they are going to, it may be becoming what? A small melted like liquid and going on. Whereas if you have seen about that wood, paper, they are burned. After burning, it will be becoming into change into as ashes. Ash you can see, that will be cool and dry away. Yes, that will be. You can see that ash as the powder. Whereas this after burning, it will be melted in the form of a liquid. Yes, it will be in the form of a liquid, and that is in the form of a liquid that will be softened. Yes, that liquid will be there. Those liquids are the what? Burning, they are giving the smell, different kind of smells we are going to get. These are about what? That is about the plastics. Yes, this is about the plastic. Now we have that regarding the thermoplastic. Yes, one scientist is there. We are going to say about that scientist. Sorry, 1 minute. Now, Hermann Staudinger. Hermann Staudinger is a German chemist. He is a German chemist. Hermann Staudinger is a German chemist. He studied about the 1920. In the year 1920, he studied about this, the importance of processing of synthetic materials. Importance of processing of synthetic materials. When he developed thermoplastics. Those are what? Stable. And he won the Nobel Prize. In 1953. He demonstrated that polymers are long form of chains. Polymers are long form of chains. Now, Hermann Staudinger was a German scientist. He studied on the synthetic materials. That is the importance of the synthetic materials, and he developed that thermoplastics which are stable. He got the Nobel Prize in the year 1953. He is saying about that polymers are long form of chains. Polymers are a long form of chains. Yes? Yes, we will stop children here and we are going to take next class. Okay, thank you.
Very good morning children. We are going to discuss about the third chapter, microorganisms part 2 from 8th class biology. Children, in the previous class we discussed about table 1, about different types of diseases caused in the human beings, okay, which microorganism is responsible to cause the disease, and how we can control the disease, how the disease can be transmitted by one person to another person through different types of factors like air, water, food, and from infected person. Children, in this class we will discuss about the remaining topics about microorganisms part 2. Okay, now coming to our first topic in today's class, diseases causing microorganisms in animals. Diseases causing microorganisms. Diseases causing microorganisms in animals. Children, not only human beings, plants and animals also affected by different types of diseases. Okay, not only plants, human beings, but also animals also affected by different types of microbial diseases. Okay, for example, anthrax disease. For example, anthrax disease, which is present in the cattles. Okay, cattles means what, Nana? Goats, sheep, etc. So cattles are affected by anthrax diseases, and some animals are affected by foot and mouth diseases. Okay, and the viral diseases we can observe in the case of prawns. The viral diseases we can observe in the case of prawns. Next, the bird flu disease. The bird flu disease we can observe in the poultry. The bird flu disease we can observe in the poultry. Next, the rabies disease. The rabies disease we can observe in the case of dogs. Okay, so children, not only this, so many diseases are affected to different types of animals. Okay, in the previous class we discussed about different types of microbial diseases in the human beings, but today our class is different types of microbial diseases in the animals. Okay, first one, anthrax, which is a disease caused in the cattles, means goats and sheep are affected by anthrax disease. Second one, foot and mouth diseases we can observe in some of the cattles. Next, viral diseases we can observe in the case of prawns. Next, bird flu disease we can observe in the case of poultry industry. Next, rabies is a disease is caused in the dogs. This is about animal diseases. Next, diseases caused in the plants. Okay. Next, diseases causes in the plants. What are the diseases we can observe in the plants? First one, citrus canker. First one, citrus canker is a disease which is caused due to bacteria and it is transmitted through air. It is transmitted through air. We can observe on the lemon the brown color spots. Okay, the brown color spots appear on the lemon. That is nothing but citrus canker disease which is caused due to bacteria. This bacteria which is transmitted through the air. Next, second example, red rot of sugarcane. Red rot of sugarcane. Red rot of sugarcane. It is a disease which is caused due to fungi, and the fungi which is transmitted from air or seedlings. From air or seedlings. Okay, we can observe on the sugarcane the brown color lines. Okay, the brown color lines we can observe on the sugarcane. That is nothing but red rot of sugarcane disease, which is caused due to fungi. The fungi which is transmitted through air and seedlings. Okay, next one, third, ticca disease of groundnut. Third one, ticca disease of groundnut. Children, do you know groundnut? So in groundnut, which disease we can commonly observe? Ticca disease, which is caused due to fungi. Okay, which is caused due to fungi, and it is also transmitted through air, seedling. Okay, air and seedling. You can observe red color spots or brown color spots on the groundnut leaf. That is nothing but what? Ticca disease of groundnut, which is caused due to fungi. The fungi which is transmitted through air, seedlings. Okay, so the red or brown color spots appear on the leaf of groundnut plant. Okay, next, fourth example, tobacco mosaic. The fourth example, tobacco mosaic. This is a disease which is transmitted through, it is caused by virus, which is transmitted through insects like mosquitoes and houseflies. Okay, we can observe some red or brown color lines on the tobacco plant. Okay, so the red or brown color lines or dots which appear on tobacco plant leaf, which is nothing but tobacco mosaic disease, which is caused due to virus. The virus which can spread from one place to another place through insects. Okay. Next, fifth one, spot disease of rice. Children, we can observe spot disease. We can observe spot disease of rice. Okay, generally in rice we can observe spot disease now. So this disease is causes due to fungus. Okay, and which is transmitted through air. So we can observe some seeds are falling down from the rice plant. Okay, the seeds are red or brown in color in the case of rice. Okay, children, this is about what are plant diseases. Okay, what are the plant diseases? Citrus canker is a disease which is caused due to bacteria which is transmitted through air. So this disease causes red or brown dot-like structures on the lemon. Next, red rot of sugarcane. This disease which is transmitted through air and seedling, which is caused due to fungi. You can observe the red color lines appear on the sugarcane. Next, third one, ticca disease of groundnut, which is caused by the microorganism fungi. The fungi which is transmitted through air, seedlings. You can observe brown or red color dots which appear on the groundnut leaf. Okay. Next, fourth one, tobacco mosaic is a disease which is causes due to virus. This virus which is transmitted through insects, means insects acting like a vector here. So we can observe red lines the plants and diseases in the animals. In the previous class we discussed about diseases in the human beings. Are you understand? Next topic, food poisoning. Next topic is what? Food poisoning. Okay, children, do you heard in newspapers or TV channels? Sometimes we are hearing a news that is the hostel children are getting food poisoning, or some people in the areas they are eating spoiled food and they are getting food spoiling. Okay, children, what is called food spoiling? Children, some microorganisms spoil the food. Okay, so the microorganisms, when it is entering into the spoiled food, okay, it release poisonous substances into the spoiled food. Okay, so when we are eating the spoiled food, we are getting diseases. Okay, we are getting what, Nana? Diseases. So food poisoning is occurred due to stale food. Okay, and it is occurred due to uncovered food. Okay, children, what is called food poisoning? Some microorganisms are responsible to spoil the food. Okay, where the water and moist conditions are available in the food, their growth of microorganisms takes place. When the microorganisms are growing in the spoiled food, they release toxic chemicals in the spoiled food. So the toxic chemicals make the food poisonous. So when we are eating that food, we are getting diseases, and this stale food and uncovered food leads to vomitings, loose motions, even sometimes death. So that's why children, please eat good food. Don't eat preserved food in the open places. Okay. Next, children, do you know one bacteria is responsible for food poisoning? What is the bacteria name? Clostridium botulinum. Okay, Clostridium botulinum. Okay, Clostridium botulinum is a bacteria which is responsible for food poisoning. Okay, this bacteria make food poisoning. Okay, which is responsible for food poison. Okay, so this process is called botulinum. Very important, one more question, Nana. What is called botulinum? A bacteria, Clostridium botulinum, which is responsible for food poison. This process is called botulinum. Okay, how we know the food poison which is occurred? The food poisoning shows some symptoms to us. That is vomitings, diarrhea. Diarrhea means what, Nana? Loose motions. Vomitings, loose motions, and it leads to death also. Okay, it leads to what, Nana? Death also. Okay, this is about what? About to food poison. Okay, so children, if we are eating stale food, uncovered food, it leads to food poison. Food poison leads to vomitings, loose motions, and death also. The bacteria Clostridium botulinum, which is responsible for food poison. This process is called botulinum. What are the symptoms of botulinum disease? Vomitings, loose motions, and death. Okay, children, this is about food poison. Okay, our next topic is food preservation. Okay, our next topic is food preservation. Okay, children, how we can preserve the food? How we can preserve the food? Children, Okay, so if we are not preserving our food, what happens? After some time, the food emits bad smell, and it also changes the taste, and which also very poisonous to our body. Okay, so children, have you observed your mother is boiling milk before storage it, before storing it? Okay, so after lunch or dinner, we are preserving, we are keeping extra rice and vegetables, means curries, into our refrigeration. Okay, because of what, Nana? Food preservation process. Okay, milk is preserved after boiling, then after lunch or dinner we are preserving extra food items into our refrigerator. Okay, so what happens, Nana, here? Refrigeration. Okay, refrigeration avoid to spoilage of food. Okay, refrigeration avoid the spoilage of food. Okay, we can preserve pickles. We can preserve pickles by adding salt and oil in them. Okay, and we can preserve the fishes. Okay, we can preserve the fishes adding white salt and drying under sunlight. Okay, drying under sunlight. Next, we can preserve jams and jellies. We can preserve jams and jellies by adding sugar after boiling fruit juices. Okay, after boiling fruit juices. Okay, and we can preserve the milk after boiling. Okay, we can preserve the milk after boiling. We can preserve the fruits, vegetables in the refrigerator. Okay, in the refrigerator to avoid spoilage. Okay, to avoid spoilage. This is about what, Nana? Food preservation. Okay, children. So we must preserve our food. Otherwise, what happen? The food will get spoiled and it gives very bad smell and taste also very bad. If we are eating that food, we are getting so many diseases. Okay, children. One more important thing to you. Cooked food gets spoiled very soon when compared to raw food. Why? Because in cooked food we are adding water and some of the ingredients. So the microorganisms are growing in the moist conditions. That's why cooked food gets spoiled very soon when compared to raw food. Okay, raw food we are keeping in the refrigerator. That's why it is not spoiling very soon. Okay, so what is the food preservation, Nana? So once you observe, children, your mother is boiling milk before storage it. Okay, after lunch or dinner we are keeping extra curries and food items in the refrigerator. Why? Because to avoid food spoilage. Okay, to avoid food spoilage, some microorganisms are responsible to spoilage of food and they release toxic chemicals into the food. It gives very bad smell and it's spoiling the food items. So that's why we have many methods to preserve our eating food. Okay, so that is nothing but refrigerator. Okay, so children, we are preserving food by using refrigeration method. Means by keeping in the fridge we can preserve the food items. Okay, so in this manner the pickles are preserved for longer time by adding salt and oil. Fishes we can preserve for longer time by adding salt and keeping under dry sunlight. Next, jams and jellies we are preserving by adding sugar after boiling the fruit juices. Okay, milk also we can boil. After that we can preserve. Okay, this process is called pasteurization. This process is called pasteurization, discovered by the people are using nitrogen gas into the Lay's, Kurkure and chips packets. Okay na? So this nitrogen gas keeps the food items. This nitrogen gas keeps the food items very fresh into longer time. Okay, very fresh into longer time. Okay, so this nitrogen gas is responsible to preserve the chips, kurkures, Lays for longer time without losing smell, taste and color. Okay, so this is about what? Food preservation methods. Okay, later classes we will discuss about heat and cold methods, how to preserve the food. Okay, hope you understand this class. Okay, hope you understand this class. Now we take homework. Nana. First question: what are the diseases? What are the diseases you observed? What are the diseases you observed in the animals? What are the diseases you observed in the animals? Next, second question. What types of diseases are caused in the plants? What types of diseases are caused in the plants? Okay, next, third question. What is called botulinum? What is called botulinum? Okay, what is called botulinum? Okay, Nana? So, what is your homework? First question, what are the diseases you observed in the animals? Second question, what types of diseases are caused in the plants? Plant diseases, animal diseases. Third question, what is called botulinum? Okay, now what is called botulinum? So, these questions are very important. You must read from textbook. Okay, if you have any doubt, you ask in the Zoom meeting. Hope you understand this video. Thank you. One and all.